The world is moving forward. Time makes changes over cultures, societies, generations. Today, the world is full of choices, variety of tools to hold. The intention of each individual is to select the best. Many invitations and broad avenues to hold something you feel comfortable, to hold something carrying you to the future, to hold on to something that allows you to live in your dreams. Just uncurl your fingers. Hold the key to all those abilities. Open the door of this wonderful, resourceful place. University of Vocational Technology, established under the Parliamentary Act No. 31 of 2008 and started its functions as a university from the year 2009. This is a fully fledged state university empowered with free education policy. Study programs are conducted in 2 batches as weekday and weekend. Doors are open for both National Vocational Qualification Diploma holders and GCE Advanced Level Qualified Youth, without any limitations, either by age, gender or ethnicity. The students open their hands, hearts and minds to a new learning culture here in the University of Vocational Technology. All the degrees of the university are developed with the continuous contribution of relevant industry sectors. Unique advisory level body called Industrial Liaison Committees comprised of a great combination of industrialists, practitioners and academics support each department for this purpose. These committees are advising on the developments and the revisions of curricula, student placements and work as a bridge to share technological updates and upgrades between the industry and the university. University of Vocational Technology is a member of the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Compared to the time from its origin, the University of Vocational Technology acquired its space as the pioneer of its kind. While our graduates are serving the country with their unique expertise and undergraduates are reflecting the capacities of this new way of education. These live evidences prove it all. In-house accommodation, state-of-the-art infrastructure facilities encourage students to spend their life at the university without a hesitation. No rush for facilities, no rush for life here. All the structures here are echoing the delightful and satisfied voices of Sri Lankan youth filled with endless enthusiasm. They have got their doors open to this unique place, experiencing the journey towards the future they have always dreamt of. These are the true witnesses who can make an invitation to a same bunch of seekers who can show that their hands are not empty, strongly hold on to their future ambitions, to be steady, energized, and ready to serve the nation. So, this is the key. Open the door. Here it is. The University of Vocational Technology. Lifelong learning for all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the inauguration of Student Intake 2020 of University of Vocational Technology. Under the new normalcy, indeed, we are challenged in meeting you in person. Nevertheless, breaking these barriers, today we meet you virtually. Hence, we are fortunate. Without any further delay, I warmly welcome guest of honor, Dr. Ravi Liyanage, Chairman, Raigam Group of Companies, Vice Chancellor, University of Vocational Technology, Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal De Silva, Deans of the 4 faculties, Directors, Heads of Departments, academic and non-academic staff, and most importantly, my dear students. In moving with the lineup, I warmly invite Vice Chancellor of University of Vocational Technology, Guest of Honor, Dr. Ravi Liyanage, Directors, Deans of the 4 faculties to light the traditional oil lamp. Next in the agenda is the University Anthem. Please remain standing.
අපගේ මනසේ පිහිවන නොලසේ අදහස් සහසේ මහිමය විලසේ ඉරහඳ අතරේ සුපුරුදු ඇසුරේ නව මිනිසුන්සේ දැය නංවදසේ
නැගුණ හිරුවෙමින් දැය සවිමත් කරමු පිරුණු සඳ ලෙසින් මනුදම් බබලවමු
විපුන අප මතින් නවලොව බිහි කරමු
Like a million thoughts blazed in our minds, vibrant and alive. New pathways to blaze under the sun and moon to live in harmony. A new humanity, nation to reawake. ජීවිතයේ හැම වියදිම පිළිගැනෙනා අප ලබනා සිත් අපටම එලිපුදනා
ඒ එලි වැටමව් දෙරනම සනසවනා
எங்கள் மனதில் சடுதியாய் உதிக்கும் எண்ணங்கள் ஆயிரம் அது பயன் தரும் என்றும் இந்த பூமியிலே என்றும் உள்ளவர்கள் புது மனிதரை போ நாட்டை உயர்த்திடவே
අපගේ මනසේ පිහිවන නොලසේ අදහස් සහසේ මහිමය විලසේ ඉරහඳ අතරේ සුපුරුදු ඇසුරේ නව මිනිසුන්සේ දැය නංවනසේ
A new humanity, nation to reawake. புது மனிதரை போ நாட்டை உயர்த்திடவே
නව මිනිසුන්සේ දැය නංවනසේ
personality who I'm going to call upon next plays an important role towards the development of University of Vocational Technology. I hereby invite Director General Ms. Nilmini Diabedanage to render the welcome speech.
Thank you, Dilini. Good morning to all of you. Today, we are here for the new students intake of this university. Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal De Silva, the Vice Chancellor of this university. Dr. Ravi Liyanage, the Chairman of Raigam Group of Companies. Deans of the faculties, the directors of the university, head of the academic staff departments and the academic staff members of this university, executive staff of the university and other staff of the university. I warmly welcome you for this gathering. Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal De Silva, the Vice Chancellor of this university, who is directing our university to the new direction of the university in alignment with the President's vision, Vistas of Prosperity. You are directing us to achieve the tasks of the President. With your guidance, we are performing. Sir, I warmly welcome you to this gathering. Dr. Ravi Liyanage, though it was a sudden notice for you, you accepted our invitation to be the keynote address, to deliver the keynote address today, and to grace this occasion. I warmly welcome you, sir, being present here today with us. Ms. Malkanthi Thenabadu, the Dean of the Faculty of Industrial Technology, I warmly welcome you, Madam. Mr. Helavaku Matauda, the Dean of the Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, I warmly welcome you, sir, to this event. Dr. Ravi Koggalage, the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, I warmly welcome you, sir. Mr. Sudat Liyanage, the Dean of the Faculty of Education Technology, I welcome you also to this event, sir. Ms. Aruni Aludge, Director Finance, and Dr. Suravira, Director Media and Information Systems, Director SDC Professor Chandana Jayalath, and Ms. Kanthi Jayavira, Director Accreditation and Quality Assurance. I warmly welcome you, sirs and madams. Head of the academic staff members and other academic staff members, I warmly welcome you for this event. Dear students, you are joining us today to start your career with us. The University of Vocational Technology is a unique university. Unlike other universities in Sri Lanka, this is the only university meant for technology. This is the technological university. So you are with us today, and you have been selected to us also in a unique manner. You are here with NVQ stream and A-level stream. Though you are coming from two different streams, you are sitting on the same bench today and starting your career with us without any differences. Whether you are A-level or NVQ stream, you are a common student for us. So this combination gives us a unique production of this university, because your NVQ students are with lot of hands-on skills and A-level students are with your brainy things. You are being proud to have a good A-level Z-core, and NVQ students are with a lot of hands-on skills. So this is a unique combination. This combination is not available with any other university in Sri Lanka at present. On the other hand, you are very lucky to be with us, because none of the other universities started their new intake for 2020. So you are with us and starting your career earlier than the others competing with you. So it is your responsibility and obligation to get the maximum benefit from us and new technology available with us. Get the get knowledge and experience with us and be out. One day you are going out from this university as a graduate of University of Vocational Technology. That day you would be proud graduate of this university. I wish you good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Moving on next will be the speech by guest of honor Dr. Ravi Lianage, chairman of Raigam Group of Companies. Sir, this invitation goes out to you to address the gathering.
Vice Chancellor, Director, the Deans of the faculties, heads of departments, academic staff, non-academic staff members, and my dear students. I am privileged and honored to be invited here as a guest of honor today, and again to be invited to deliver the keynote speech of the inaugural ceremony of the new batch. One of the vibrant and a modern university to Sri Lankan university system, which addresses the technological stream of Sri Lanka, and again probably giving solutions to technological know-how and ever rising the demand for technological education in Sri Lanka. Now, I, again as an industrialist and also a local entrepreneur, I appreciate your effort in making people's life, not only the life of people, but also the country prosperous. And in my part of it, I think this invitation again would become a respect and appreciation of Sri Lankan entrepreneurship, which is of course lacking and day by day going down. And also I am not from an area of technology. I am a management personality as far as my background is concerned, and it's again a recognition. Thank you very much for all that. I will, since there are new students and also faculty and the non-academic members present here, I would like to elaborate some of the ideas which I experienced in my life and thoughts that I have been continuously matched off in my career. Now, I am a very good reader. I used to read a book, lots of books. Now, even if I find a spare time, and one of the books which caught my eyes and the mind as well was a book written by a great author. More than an author, he is a futurist, Alvin Toffler. If you happen to read this, if you will be able to read the book and go through, that will give you lots of insights. That was written in 1970. In 1970, Toffler, his book, he was a futurist in the sense, the futurists are the group of authors who write and forecast and foresee the future. Toffler, now he has already passed away, but in 1970, exactly 51 years before, written the book called A Future Shock. And future shock means there are many books here written about the future. And 1970, when it was published, the people those days might have thought, know what this gentleman is telling. The one of his ideas, there are several, very many ideas, but I will try to quote a couple of ideas and couple of predictions that he had written in the book. Number one prediction is In 1970, we learned as the definition of literacy is the ability of write and read and write. And Toffler in 1970 suggested in about 50 years' time, exactly that is today, in 1970 to today's 2021, today, the ability of reading and writing isn't what you say today. That is not anymore could become and valid as a literacy, he said, and forecasted in 1920, 2020, the literacy would be the ability of learn, unlearn and relearn. Learn, unlearn and relearn. To establish that idea and his opinion, what he has suggested was the world is changing their phases at an explanatory rate, at a very higher rate, where the ability of reading and writing won't become any more valid. Now you today experience that. What is that? You have to learn things, but not enough learning. The learning curve is such that you learn and again unlearn, because the knowledge is changing very fast. Then you have to unlearn. What you learned yesterday may not be valid for today. That you have to unlearn and relearn the new things. That is a continuous process, and the continual process where you can't avoid. And why he had put the name Future Shock to the book, the name. Those who don't learn, unlearn, but learning is not sufficient. Learn, unlearn, and again relearn with the new knowledge will go to a state called future shock. The shock, not future shock, a state of shock. The shock in the sense you don't know what to do. You don't know what to go ahead with. And that he mentioned and he nominated as a future shock after 50 years. In my example, I am a very good learner. I am a very good relearner, unlearner, and I can forget things and I can add new knowledge with me. But in terms of computer literacy, but I did my MBA and I did 2 masters, 1 MBA. This 1992, the time that the people didn't know what MBA is. But those days, the time that laptop was come to the arena of computer hardware. That was, until such time it was desktop with very minute memory capacity. Now with that, within a course of 1992 to 2002, it's about almost 30 years, the span of 30 years, the times the computer knowledge and the hardware, not only hardware, software and all that related factors being changed in an explanatory rate, where if you are not with the computers and the subject, you will become null and void. Then I am same. Because I can remember when I bought my first computer, those days I was working in Sri Lanka Customs, and I did my first MBA in Colombo University. And Professor Lakshman, present central bank governor, was the course coordinator. And he wanted us to buy laptops. That was IBM. The laptop with very minute memory capacity compared to today is less than even a mobile phone. But still, people were just looking at when we hang the laptop just on the shoulders. We are like proud people. But after my education, especially after PhD education, 2004, I was compelled to hire secretaries. They do the work for me, even to type emails and all that other related things. I do not touch computers. My knowledge about the computer literacy had faded and gone off. I'm out. But the knowledge I gathered, that's still there, but that's no more valid. That is how, that is why future Alvin Toffler suggested, if you don't learn, unlearn and relearn, you will come to a state of shock. And number two, second point I'm going to mention is today's the new graduates, new intake, new recruits, new students. Now you are coming from the society and you are hailing from the society where it's completely different from the atmospheric and the environmental condition where we were hailing from, or else we were exposed to. I did my first degree and I entered the university in 1983 to Jawaharlal University as to the Faculty of Management, and I studied business administration. Those days we didn't have very many faculties, only business, those who obtained highest mark came to business administration, and then public and the valuation. Now we have 13 faculties. But the society, the environmental condition to which we were exposed to isn't what you get out of. I'm calling that state is, the phenomenon is a backpack children, because you are loaded with the backpack and again stuffed to the school van, and evening the same backpack you are unloaded from the van. But when we were schooling, we can pluck coconut, we can climb trees, we can quarrel with people, and we know the difficulties what we face. One of the examples I am going to cite from your university, and we are one of the major shareholders of Putlam Salt Limited, former government Salton, and after privatization, we became the major shareholder of there. And one engineer being hired from Unitech. That engineer was very good in his work, and he is very competent in his subjects. And one fine day, the managing director is a separate person. He represents the director board, not a shareholder, and gave me a telephone call early in the morning at around 7 o'clock, and was complaining me, "Doctor, the gentleman who have been recruited as a mechanical engineer over here is challenging me that if you don't do, I am going to request the board of directors to remove you." What does it mean? The just pass out graduate with having very little experience, not the first job, but having very little experience, a young chap, around 22, 23, maybe 25 years, been recruited, a very talented person. I was highly impressed about his talent, working around 3 months in the particular organization. That is a real world example. I'm telling you with the responsibility. Challenging the managing director, what he believed as something which managing director hadn't implemented, and been threatened, not threatened, accused, and threatened him that he would come to the board of directors when the board is scheduled, and he is going to request the board to remove managing director. That is fine. But in a European context or wherever, if you have a feeling of removing a managing director, then you have to have a chance. Even Sri Lanka, you should have. That is the real corporate governance. That's true. But he has to learn, having 3 months of experience in the organization, challenging the managing director, maybe with a reason, but as to how it is being done. I'm telling you, the facts that he might come out with may be 100% correct. But again, we found what he was trying to tell is also up to a point it is correct. But is this a way that he would act? Is the reaction the way of reaction? Why? That is, the backpack children are being graduated because they have no social experience. The experience gathered from the atmosphere, neither atmosphere nor from the environment. So that lagging is there. Therefore, I appeal you as faculty members and administrators and policymakers, curricular developers, and finally to the students to make yourself not confined to only to the education what you acquire throughout the syllabus or throughout the curriculum. Learn something more. Learn about the society. What is happening in the society? What is happening in the industry? What you are going to work for in the future? Learn. And it's your duty, in the other hand, as the faculty members and the academic staff, to give them the relevant knowledge, not only confined into the subject area, but also to develop other soft skills, like not only computer, not only the language, but also as to how you go to behave. But I have taken a real world experience from your university itself. Number 3. Now we have a issue of entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka. Now I am working as a faculty board member of the management faculty in Jawaharlal University for last 12 years. And I do a lot of teaching. And I am engaged with the administration. I am one of the governing council members of University of Colombo. And again, University Grant Commission. And many academic positions I have been holding. But we have seen the state universities, or 16 state universities, out of which you get 15 universities of management faculties. But it's not it's related to you, but not directly relating. But private universities have about 40 private universities. Then all the private universities, the most popular subject area is management. But per year, Jawaharlal University with A passes, 3 A passes, only 40% of those who obtain 3 A passes can enter into Jawaharlal University, can get recruited, selected. And there are 1,200 students in Jawaharlal. All in all, according to my calculation, private and public universities, the management graduates exceeding about 12,000 a year coming out, right? Very brilliant characters, having scored very high flying colors in A-level exam. But the sad part of it is, we have a Pradeep, someone called Pradeep in Jawaharlal University in respect of late Valley Vitiye Soratha Hamudruo. It's about 50, even more 50 years before. He wanted to start up a management faculty in Asia, the first Asian management faculty. And in respect of him, we hold Pradeep Sammana, organized by Alumni Association. I am the management faculty, president of management faculty Alumni Association. And to find 10 entrepreneurs per year to give away that award to be presented with, we can't. What a sad story. In Sri Lanka, is the same, or nowhere near to that, because entrepreneurship isn't there in Sri Lanka. You know, there is a calculation, the index called GEM Index, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, done by, contributed by very many universities, including Oxford and Imperial College, and many universities, and they go together and assess the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Is called as entrepreneurship ecosystem. That particular agency is called as JEDA, is Global Entrepreneurship Development Agency, backed by those universities. A separate non-profit earning institute. During the wartime, this GEM index of ours was 71. The index of what we were placed in. But after the war, about 12 years have passed already, we have fallen down to 93rd position. If you go to internet, tap the internet, you will find all the information, what GEM is. They evaluate the GEM index, the position of a country. There are 137 countries have been taken into consideration out of 196 countries exist in the world. that they consider this factor when factorial context is taken into consideration as to how they do, they work this out. They evaluate when they are ranked, a country's rank, they evaluate under 7 pillars, which are called as entrepreneurs ecosystem, the existing capabilities of a society or a country rather to start up new enterprises. But that is very poor in Sri Lanka. I'm sorry to tell you, it's Sri Lanka in a working age from 18 to 65. Sri Lanka has about 88 million people in the particular age bracket, out of which only 12.8% of the population are entrepreneurs. The rest, this 2.8% is 97.8% are what? It is to consume the wealth created by entrepreneurs. In other terms, this 2.8% of the population is making something, producing job. They are job makers. Then 97.2% are job seekers. That is the reason you hold banners all over in front of President House and Lifton Square and start screaming and asking for jobs. The reason is no one is willing to become entrepreneur. I am asking these students who are present here today as new recruits, how many of you would like to become entrepreneurs in the future? I have my personal experience. I became number 4 in the island-wide exam conducted to recruit Assistant Superintendent of Customs in 1987, just after the graduation. And I was working in the Unilevers as a management trainee. Then I chose those days private sector wasn't that very many, right? In 1987, it's about 35 years before. Then I worked around 17 years in Sri Lanka Customs, and by the time I started my business at a very small level with her friend Ganaka and all that together. And I invested money. Then in 2004, when I finished my PhD, when I tendered my resignation to the Director General, he was my first boss. When I joined, he was an additional land service. Now those ranks aren't existing. He became the Director General, Mr. Sarat Jayatilaka. And when tendered my resignation, he knew my wife is a doctor. And he was about to go to Geneva for a meeting, Nomenclature Custom Corporate Council. I can still remember the date, in the 22nd of December 2004. He said, I am not going to sign, Ravi. Who asked you to leave? I said, sir, that's enough for me, because I learned, and I learned a lot from customs. I learned as to how you meddle with social interactions. It's a university to learn about the world, because you have threats, you have challenges, there are very many. Then I can be sure of my organization. What is asked was, Ravi, you are one of the senior most youngest officer in the department, and you have a great future to become one day a Director General. Because you have a time to go in, the public sector, it's based on the seniority you get promotions, right? Not performance evaluated basis. And why not you stay and do the business? I don't want. I need to work full time. I don't want government money any further. He said, no, I'm coming. I will come after 2 weeks. I will not sign the letter. I will keep the letter silent in my drawer. You ask your wife to consult either psychiatric or a psychologist and get your head tested. what is mean by? You can't blame Mr. Jayatilaka. You can't blame him because that is the way that through which the angle or a spectacle through which you see the entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka. That's a phenomenon and the cross-section of the society. You can't blame Mr. Jayatilaka, which is a great leader. But the way he is perceived, right? Then that attitude should be changed immediately. You are talking about per capita GDP 7,000, 6,000 and big numbers. Even to the president very recently, I'm in the president's task force of poverty alleviation, I'm one of the members. Then I told him, sir, you're talking about 6,000, 7,000 US dollar per capita GDP. But now we are struggling and stagnating at a point of 4,000, even less. So if you go to that level, you have to develop the private sector, which is the incubation's arm of society. That is a catalyst. Then especially whether you believe it or not, whether you like to believe it or not, the world, about 196 countries of the members of United Nations, the 75-80% of the countries have been governed by the market forces. Their main economic phenomenon, the base. Now there are government intervention, even Sri Lanka, that is called as capitalism, whether you like to believe it or not. There's no more socialism. It's based on the market forces, where 75% of the society, the economy, that is GDP, gross domestic product, being contributed by the private sector. If 75% of the portion is handled by the private sector, if there isn't a private sector existing, how come you become 7,000? But there should be a contribution. That is the appeal that I'm going to make from you, student, my dear. No, you don't go to confine to your job. Don't become a job seeker. Now, once you pass out after 3 or 4 years, you should learn at least out of this slot about 10% or 10 people minimum to become entrepreneurs. And every university will start producing entrepreneurs. There are social barriers, there are cultural barriers, there are government red tapes and all that against making new entrepreneurs. That is true. But despite all the fact, because you have only 2.8%, whereas neighbor in Thailand, it is 28% of the society in the particular age bracket. And the other side, India, just ahead, it's about 12%. China is 14%. Even the same population, the country Chile, with the same 22 million population, they have about 5 times more than that. Then, therefore, you have to make the numbers of entrepreneurs existing, the percentage should be at least made 4 times higher to make it to 10 to 12% level immediately, for which you need new people, those who are acquiring the knowledge to become entrepreneur. That is easier for the country in one hand and easier for the individuals in the other to make yourself better entrepreneurs in the future. Before I wind up, I will quote one small saying, but I don't know who delivered it. The one is about a general. There's a saying, you can't wear stars of a general riding easy ways. That is difficult. If you want to become future successful person in the future, the way that she knows, when I allocate a time, for me to get a time allocated for this occasion became a very difficult task. And I promise I stick to time. But yesterday, funerals are not forecasted, right? Yesterday, I had to attend to a funeral, which I have to do is one of the senior employees' father. When I went there, as a remote place, about 75 kilometers away. When I came home, it's about 2:30 in the morning. I plan to generally go to bed at around 11 o'clock. But it's unforeseen. But we are busy. Our lives are busy. We have made big money. We are using Mercedes, we are using Range Rovers and living in Columbus. And those are different stories. But we are still busy every day, all 24/7. We work 365 days. But if you want to wear the stars of a general, you can't go easy way. You can't ride easy ways. Those are always difficult. The second quote, which impresses me a lot throughout my career, that is, root is bitter, but fruit are sweet. The root is now, you start in the root today, might be bitter, but the fruit you pluck in the future would be very sweet. Please remember. Wish you all the very best in your future endeavor as future technologies, future, moreover, as future entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The person who I'm going to call upon next is a live wire of the university and renders an immense service to the forward march of the university. I hereby invite Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal De Silva to address the gathering.
Very good morning to all of you. Dr. Ravi Liyanage, the Chairman of Raigam Group of Companies, the Director General of University of Vocational Technology, the Deans of 4 faculties, Directors of the University, academic and other executive staff and the supporting staff of the University, and more importantly, the students, you who got the privilege to secure admission to one of the leading technology university in Sri Lanka and also in the region. First of all, I like to congratulate you for getting an opportunity to enter into a Sri Lankan state university. More importantly, the only totally technology based university in Sri Lanka in the state sector. Some of you would have chosen the vocational path much earlier and decided to secure your qualification through National Vocational Qualification Stream. Having NVQ qualifications level 5 or 6, you fulfill the requirement for admission to this university. Some others, those who have not initially thought of pursuing their career in technology education, or for that matter in the vocational qualification stream, followed the regular path, try to get advanced level qualified, but could not enter into a expected stream in the national university system, where we have the qualification based on Sri Lanka qualification framework. I have now decided to change the path and enter into the vocational qualification stream. There are some others who have followed the regular path but decided they want the qualification in the vocational stream, but not opting for the regular university student career in the national university system. So we are a different university. We mainly provide the education, knowledge, skills, practices related to technology, which is very important area for the country today and in the future. Most of your parents would want to send you along the traditional education path where you get known qualifications which may not be the need in the future. If you look at the country and also elsewhere in the region and also in the other parts of the world, the technology is becoming, or technology has been recognized as a key component which spur the development of a country. If you look at ourselves in Sri Lanka, looking at the GDP, the contribution from agriculture sector, being agriculture, predominantly agriculture-based country, the contribution to GDP is somewhere around 7% or 7.5%, and it is gradually diminishing. If you look at the industrial sector, the production sector, it's also quite small. We couldn't reach even a 30%. So we are somewhere around 26 to 27%. We have expanded over the years after opening our economy towards more service-oriented sectors. So somewhere around 57, 58% of our GDP comes from the service sector. Even in the service sector, do you get a quality, improved service? That is questionable. In the agriculture sector, we have about 30% of the workforce, national workforce, engaged in agriculture directly or indirectly. But the contribution to the economy is very small. We have established industries. Time to time, we have been successful, and we have cases of failures. And if you look at the reasons for failure, there may be management issues, but more importantly, we have not adapted the proper technology that can produce the required outputs with economic sustainability. In other words, we have failed to introduce a required proper technology for our industries. So all three sectors in the country today needs a very, very important, significant contribution from the technology in order to make the systems efficient. In identifying this very important need to improve the technological knowledge in the country, the government has declared the Skills Development Decade, which ensures the required skill base of the country will be uplifted within the next 10 years. We have taken number of initiatives to expand the technology related education in the country. We are going to establish city universities to introduce some of the technology related courses which will have a demand today and also demand in the future. And also we want to identify where we have failed in our education system, especially in university education system, to produce employable graduates. But learning from Dr. Ravi Liyanage, I think it's better to mention that more entrepreneurial graduates. We have lots of vacancies both in the government and the corporate sector for various jobs. If I take an example from IT sector, for medium and small enterprises, they need the IT or computing support to make their systems, to make their function more efficient. So when they try to employ a university graduate, when they advertise, there are graduates from national university system who can do only networking. So when he comes for the interview, he says, I am a networking man. My specialty is networking. When you call somebody else, he says, my specialty is programming. I can do all programming, but nothing else. And another person says, I am very good in hardware, but I don't know anything about other things. So we have very, very isolated set of skills which cannot be used directly in the industry today. On the other hand, we have another group who says we have a computer literacy, as the name says, like the literacy is not the ability to read and write. Computer literacy doesn't mean that you can switch on a computer and work in one or two software programs. When they are asked to install the software, they said, no, I have not done that. I just know how to use this set of software. So we have a serious problem. What we need for the industry today is not producing from our national universities in the university system. We have a serious gap between the skills, knowledge and attitudes required by the industry and what is available in the available workforce. So we have to bridge this gap. If he is an IT person, he should be able to provide full IT support for an industry. We need to have graduates who can think of new ways for the industry to develop further through IT support. Are we producing this kind of graduates? Now, the new initiatives that we have taken, we are planning to update, modernize or make more relevant our curricula for the society today and also for the future. We want to produce a graduate not only who can be employed today, but also who is a useful resource in the future as well. We also want to produce a graduate who will not look for employment opportunities, but will create employment opportunities for others. So we want technology and the entrepreneurship together. We can call it as technopreneurship. We want our graduates to think fresh. You are making a fresh start today as a university student. And also we need to think differently. You have to look at your future career in much more different way. That is the expectation of our society today. We want graduates who can really contribute for the development of our country. The contribution that you can make to our economy is very, very important. Accordingly, we have taken number of new initiatives in the vocational education sector in the country. We have expanded the education opportunities going from 3-year degree programs to 4-year specialization degree programs in the University of Vocational Technology. So now, as the new entrants today, you will have the opportunity to follow a specialized degree, 4-year honors degree, if you decide to continue your education, or you have option to obtain a 3-year degree and get into the industry. And also you will have the opportunity later on to come back to the university. We will also provide the lateral entry facility and also the opportunities for education in the future as well for you. So it's a lifelong learning opportunity. We have to learn, and as Dr. Lienege said, we have to learn and relearn. So whenever you decide in the future also, you will have the opportunity to come back to the university and continue your education whenever you see that you have a need for such education. In addition, we also plan to launch postgraduate programs in the vocational sector. We have very, very limited opportunities now in the country, but we want to make the vocational education also, we want to deliver the services at not only at the graduate level but also at the postgraduate level, giving opportunities for all of you to follow further education in the technology stream. We hope with these measures to strengthen the technology education in the country, and also we will be able to produce more productive graduates. The society expects more productive graduates from us. We hope we can make that expectation. And I'll wind up my speech leaving you with this request that don't think of just coming to the university and taking a degree. See how you can develop your skills in the line of innovation, entrepreneurship, and try to get maximum during the time you spend in the university and become a very, very productive citizen for yourself and also for the country. I wish you all the success in your future careers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. While we move on with the schedule, due to his busy schedule, guest of honor, Dr. Ravi Lienege, will leave the premises. Thank you, sir, for your presence. As I mentioned before, the university consists of 4 faculties: the Faculty of Industrial Technology, Faculty of Information Technology, Faculty of Engineering Technology, and Faculty of Education. I now warmly invite Dean of Faculty of Industrial Technology, Ms. Malkanti Thenabadu, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Ms. Dilini. Good morning and welcome everyone. Our Vice Chancellor Sir, Director General, Deans of the faculties, heads of departments, directors of the university, academic and non-academic staff members, parents, and my dear students. On behalf of Faculty of Industrial Technology, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all for this event. First of all, congratulations, students of our new intake 2020. I welcome you to your university, your home, and your family for the next 3 to 4 years of your time. I know making it here is a difficult task, and I promise that the effort or the hard work you put in to get in here or arrive at here is worth it. And I'm proud to say that our university, although it is relatively young and small university, it is incomparable with other state universities. We are the only university that cater to the vocational and technical sector of Sri Lanka. And we cater mostly for the NVQ diploma holders, and as well as we cater to the technology stream students from A-levels. So our degrees are well recognized, and we provide employable graduates to the Sri Lankan skill force who are very highly skilled and experts in technology. So actually you are very privileged to be here today, because you know not every student can get the opportunity to earn a degree from a state university of Sri Lanka. In achieving that, we have highly dedicated staff, academic staff, both internal and external, and all the required facilities to have highly effective teaching learning activities in the university. And if I talk about my faculty, we offer 6 degree programs. If you are selected to any of these degree programs, namely B.Tech in Food Process Technology, B.Tech in Quantity Surveying, B.Tech in Industrial Management, B.Tech in Film and Television Production Technology, B.Tech in Media Arts, and Bachelor of Hotel Management, you will be under my faculty. So after this inauguration session, we will have a separate session faculty-wise to introduce more on degree programs and as well as our academic staff to you. So my students, from today onwards, it is going to be a new chapter in your life. And to me personally, having a degree has given me a lot of wonderful opportunities in my life. So it is a gateway for you. So you have to use your time wisely in university. There may be some distractions because you are young and energetic, but you need to have a plan, set of goals, and how to achieve all those in this period of 3 to 4 years' time. In time to come, when you are going out of this university, and when you look back in your life, the university life is going to be a memorable event, the best time of your life. So make it a memorable one. It is in your hands. And we regret to say that although we expect you physically today here, that because of country situation that it is not possible, but until we hope that the situation will be okay soon, so we can have a normal university life. Until then, we will offer our courses all on online mode. There may be some ups and downs, but I assure you, our all staff assure you that we will provide the best academic experience for you in online mode. So, without taking much time, giving time to the other speakers, I like to wind up my speech. Again, congratulating you and wishing you all the very best for your journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now I cordially invite Mr. H.S. Seniviratna, Dean, Faculty of Information and Technology, to address the gathering.
Good morning, Vice Chancellor Sir, 4 Deans and Director General of the University, staff and students, parents, It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the University of Vocational Technology. You're the 10th intake of our university. I hope you will discover over the next 3 days that you have entered a lively, challenging, diverse, and warm community. I look forward to getting to know the exceptional young people and the help provide a rich array of opportunities for them to learn, to grow, to discover who they are and how they want to make a difference in the world. I am going to say a few introductory words about the university experience, the intellectual adventure you are about to undertake. As one of the nation's leading universities, University of Vocational Technology offers opportunity for more than 1,000 undergraduates annually in diverse fields and multiple courses from which you will choose to create for yourself an education that will open new worlds and new possibilities for your life. At the center of the University of Vocational Technology experience is our new general education program. It is the common educational experience for all undergraduates. While each of you will choose your own pathway, you will all be developing 6 essential capacities: the knowledge, the skills, and habits for mind what will equip you to thrive in our increasingly and complex interconnected world, and thrive not just in your professional life but also in your personal life. In courses and co-curricular experiences across all 3 years, you will explore the university's rich array of learning experiences as you develop ways of thinking crucial to your future. Your experience in the personal life and around the university are part of your education and essential to your discovery of your community. I would encourage you to take advantage of this multicultural, multidisciplinary environment. To all students who are present here today, reach out. As difficult as this is when you are in a strange place and the familiar sounds and tastes and smells seems far away. Ask questions about how things work here. Don't be afraid to show you don't know. Make the effort to make real friends. You may feel awkward or afraid that in your ignorance that you will say the wrong things and offend. And you probably will. We are all ignorant. We are all awkward in our not knowing. We all sometimes say the wrong things. A few moments of awkwardness, embarrassment, or an offense, given and forgiven, are a small price to pay for. What you will learn about other people, about other cultures, and for the human warmth you will discover. It will be challenging, and I guarantee it will change your life. I want you to know that the entire university community is here to support, sustain, and encourage you as you commit to study at University of Vocational Technology. We could not be more privileged to welcome you into this vibrant learning community. It is you who make us what we are, and we look forward to the fresh ideas and energy you bring to our university. On behalf of the entire university staff and student community of the Faculty of ICT, I would like to say that we are so happy you have made the decision to join us. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. The next speech will be given by Dean of Faculty of Engineering Technology, Dr. Ravindra Koggalage.
Very good morning to all of you, Vice Chancellor, Director General, Deans of Faculties, and Directors and HODs, my dear students. Today it's a very good day for you because you are joining the family of University of Vocational Technology. You can be proud of this opportunity because one thing, you got this opportunity while thousands of other students who have applied to join UniOTech haven't got a chance. Second thing, you are in good hand of dedicated, talented staff looking after you throughout next 3 years of your life, making a change. And on behalf of Faculty of Engineering Technology, I warmly welcome to the family of University of Vocational Technology. And this university, in this faculty, we are having plenty of latest technology ready for you. Few labs to mention: electrical lab, electronics lab, advanced manufacturing lab, equipped with CNC machine, robots, 3D printer, latest sensors, design software, to gain you hand-on experience. And also, we are having close contacts with industries like former Orange company, now Oral Lanka, and the solar technology, Sri Lanka company, and also the latest technologies like Internet of Things, IoT, robotics, the Magic Bit company. So we have labs with this industrial support where you get experience on latest technology. And again, I remind you, since you are starting new life today onwards, you are joining a new family, you also have responsibility. Because today onwards, you are not outsider. So whatever you think, talk, act, you have to be very responsible because you are representing this university, and your future as a graduate will depend on the name and standard what we are having. So I remind you to rethink and change your attitudes as a university student representing this University of Vocational Technology. So with that, I again welcome you to this university and also wish you good luck and to have very good results while developing your social skills as mentioned by our guest of honor and the Vice Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. S.A. Lianage, Dean of Faculty of Education, sir, this invitation goes out to you to address the gathering.
Good morning, Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal D. Silva, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Vocational Technology, Sir, Director General, Deans of Faculties, Directors, Heads of Departments, parents, and my dear students. At the outset, let me too welcome you to the university community of the University of Vocational Technology. And then let me pay my heartfelt gratitude to the parents and the students for selecting our university, for believing in us. We feel we are honored. And I assure you, as the Dean of the Faculty of Education, we will be doing our best in the best of our capacities, and we'll dedicate all our energies to make sure that your choice is correct. And we are more confident today because we are guided by a leader who is strong, who is experienced, who is a real scholar, renowned in this academia, and we are confident that we can deliver it. We are confident that we can create a kind of academic ambience in which you will explore knowledge, gain skills, and more importantly, my dear students, good attitudes. But this is not easy, because you know the life is now not easy because of this new situation in the whole world that we are facing today. We have to change everything. We have to restructure and re-engineer the modes of education and delivery. We have been doing that. All of us are in a kind of learning curve. We are also studying, but it is how soon we gain those skills, how effectively we implement it, and how ready we are, both as teachers and you, will depend how successful we would be. Today what we are doing is we are signing a contract. For this contract there are two sides, you and we. Our aims and objectives are the same. To achieve the objectives, to achieve the aims of two parties, both parties should work similarly with the same commitment, same dedication. I believe that the staff, guided by a leader who has a vision for this country, will be able to do that. What I expect you from my students, prospective students, is please try to understand this new world, be ready to change, and dedicate your next 3 years for one purpose, and that time will decide where you will be. With that request, and hoping to meet my students after some time today, separately, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. The next personality I'm to call was the lady behind process of admission, Engineer Mrs. Kanti Jaivira, Director Admission, Accreditation and Quality Assurance. Madam, this invitation goes out to you to address the gathering.
Senior Professor Ranjit Premalal D. Silva, Director General, Deans of the Faculties, Directors, and Head of the Departments, and all academic and non-academic staff members, my dear students and parents. It's a great pleasure for me to address this gathering to deliver the vote of thanks at the University 2020 intake. I extend my hearty vote of thanks to the guest of honor for being present today amidst your busy work schedule and being adding a glamour today to this occasion. Dr. Ravi Liyanage, it is actually inspirational speech for us and our students. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our Vice Chancellor for the continuous guidance provided us. Sir, you are behind us at the start of this university admission process, guiding us so that we can have the best and fair selection of the students. Thank you very much, sir. Director General, Madam, I am very grateful to you for providing us all the administrative support and providing the guidance for us. Thank you, Madam. Deans of the faculties, Mrs. Malkanthi Tenabadu, Dr. Ravindra Koggalage, Mr. Atauda Seniviratta, Mr. Sudat Liyanage. Actually, you were supporting a very best way in decision making and also in challenging situations. Thank you very much, Madam and Sirs. All the academic administration and non-academic staff, you gave a great support amidst this pandemic situation. You did a very hard work in this admission process. Thank you very much. All the head of the departments. Actually, we are delivering 15 degree programs with 13 departments. You are shouldering a very big burden with this admission process, starting from selection of the students for the aptitude test and interviewing and registering. Thank you all the head of the departments for taking this burden, and now we have a selected group of students for our this intake 2020. Thank you very much. All the staff members of the security services and the cleaning services, I should give a special thank for you. Actually, this is a very critical situation with the COVID-19 pandemic. You gave a great support to ensure the health and safety in the university. Thank you for your support. My dear students, thank you very much for your presence, adding a glamour to this occasion, and also selecting our university as your choice to complete a very important event of your life. Thank you very much, students. And also, I should thank your parents also for the selection of the University of Vocational Technology for your future journey. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the organizers of this occasion. Thank you very much for the organizers. I sincerely apologize if I missed any name to be thanked individually. My dear students, I wish you all the best for your journey starting from today onwards and to complete the degree with flying colors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we have now come towards the end of the program. My dear students, deans will take in charge of introducing the faculties and the programs that is to come in the future. And please rise for the national anthem.